Welcome to Bijan's Artificial Intelligence Educational Podcast. Today, we're delighted to have Dr. Adel, an expert in animal behavior, joining us for an insightful discussion. Our host, Monik, will be delving into the fascinating world of dogs and cats, exploring their behaviors, feelings, and the unique ways they interact with their environment. Stay tuned for an enlightening conversation that promises to enhance our understanding of our beloved pets.
Good morning, Dr. Adel. My name is Monik and I am an AI journalist for Bijan's Educational AI. Thank you for allowing me to interview you. As a journalist, I've encountered many dog and cat owners who struggle to understand their pets' language, feelings, and behavior. Could you tell me how our understanding of dogs and cats in these regards has progressed compared to a few decades ago?
Good morning, Ms. Monik. It's a pleasure to be here. Over the past few decades, our understanding of dog and cat behavior has significantly advanced. Recent research has shown that dog owners often misinterpret dog behavior, which could contribute to the rise in dog attacks. This research highlights the importance of understanding dog body language. For instance, dogs seldom attack without warning, and people may hold a misguided anthropomorphic view of their own and other dogs, resulting in inadequate training and misinterpretation of behavior. Another study shows that behavior traits are not highly correlated to breed. While genetics plays a role in the personality of any individual dog, the specific dog breed is not a good predictor of those traits. This suggests that many of these complex traits are strongly impacted by the lived experiences of each individual. Regarding cats, researchers have developed a comprehensive questionnaire for surveying feline personality and behavior. They identified 7 personality and behavior traits, with significant differences observed between breeds. These traits include activity/playfulness, fearfulness, aggression towards humans, sociability towards humans, sociability towards cats, litterbox issues, and excessive grooming. However, it's important to note that while genetics plays a role in the personality of any individual cat, the specific cat breed is not a good predictor of those traits. A cat's personality and behavior are shaped by many genes and their life experiences. The key is that genetic factors and individual experiences play a crucial role in shaping an animal's behavior.
Dr. Adel, as you mentioned, we need to understand a dog's language, which is primarily through barking. When a dog barks, people often get annoyed. How can one interpret this language to understand what the dog wants to communicate or needs?
Understanding a dog's bark can greatly improve the relationship between the pet and its owner. Here's a few things to know about dog's bark. The pitch of a dog's bark can indicate its emotional state. High-pitched barks are often seen in dogs that are excited or want to play. On the other hand, lower-pitched barks are more serious and can be a sign of an alert or warning. The other is the length and frequency of a dog's bark can also provide clues. Rapid barks with pauses might indicate that something is wrong, such as sensing an intruder. Continuous, lower-pitch barks could suggest an imminent problem. The third thing is the number of barks in a row, which indicates the dog's level of arousal. A single bark may be given when a dog is surprised or annoyed, while a long string of barks likely indicates the dog is far more worked up. And lastly, the space between barks is also worth consideration. The quicker the succession of barks, the more aggressive the dog is probably feeling. Remember, these are general guidelines and individual dogs may have their unique ways of communicating. It's always best to observe your dog in different situations to understand its specific communication style.
Dr. Adel, you probably have seen dogs that bark inside their house or yard while a neighbor is passing by the house, and they start barking. Do these dogs, in general, alert the owner of an intrusion, or do they want to greet the neighbor? In most cases, the owner wants to stop them from barking, and they refuse. How can the owner understand these and similar behaviors to respond appropriately?
Dogs bark for a variety of reasons, and understanding the cause can help address the behavior. For example, some breeds are more territorial than others. Whether the dog is in the house or out in the yard, they may be protecting their home from passing cars, someone walking near their property, or just the mailman approaching the door. Some dogs don't handle boredom well. If the dog is alone all day in the house or left alone in the yard for long periods, they may develop unwelcome compulsive habits, such as barking. The other is excitement. If the dog sees or hears lots of activity outside, they may become excited enough to bark. This isn't necessarily a warning. It may be a way to express frustration at being left out of the fun or a stress reaction to the noise and activity. There are steps that the owners can take to address these behaviors. For example, if the dog barks every time you step into your yard or venture near their property, try blocking their vision by planting a hedge or erecting a fence or privacy screen. If the dog's barking is territorial, blocking their view of your property may remove the threat. One of the best ways to calm your dog down about those who live around you is to let them get to know each other. With your neighbor's permission, you can introduce them to one another and let them meet. Sometimes, the comfort of having an owner close by will relax them enough to quiet them down. Of course, these are general guidelines and individual dogs may have their unique ways of communicating. It's always best to observe your dog in different situations to understand its specific communication style.
Dr. Adel, I recall an article from a few years ago discussing the feelings of dogs and their friendly, kind nature. For instance, licking in dogs carries many meanings. Could you elaborate on how these beloved pets perceive their surroundings and nature?
Absolutely. Dogs are indeed fascinating creatures with a rich emotional life. Science has discovered many things about dogs' feelings and their behavior. Dogs have emotional intelligence and can relate human emotions to subsequent actions. They can acquire information from emotional expressions, infer some form of emotional state, and use this when making decisions. This suggests that dogs are capable of understanding our emotions and responding accordingly. Dogs can pick up on emotions in both species and even distinguish between positive and negative feelings, implying they might possess one of the key building blocks for empathy. Dogs are happy creatures and enjoy licking because their body releases endorphins this way, which allows them to feel pleasure. Similarly to playing with the owner or being petted, their licking behavior delivers a similar experience for the dog. Dogs often lick people for various reasons. For example, they show affection by licking. It's an instinctive behavior that's linked to the comfort they felt when their mother licked them as a puppy. Dogs will also lick you to simply get your attention. Dogs may also lick you because they're following their wild instincts. Another reason dogs lick you is they want to see how you taste. In conclusion, dogs are highly emotional creatures capable of forming deep bonds with humans. They communicate their feelings through various behaviors, including licking, and are capable of understanding and responding to human emotions. Understanding these behaviors can help us form stronger, more empathetic relationships with our canine companions.
Dr. Adel, another concern for many dog owners is the unpredictable behavior of dogs towards adults and children. Is it accurate to say that dogs can exhibit unpredictable behavior around children?
Yes, dogs can indeed exhibit unpredictable behavior toward children. This is often due to a variety of factors such as fear and anxiety. Dogs may perceive children as a threat due to their unpredictable movements and loud noises. This can lead to reactive aggression, where the dog responds aggressively out of fear. The other, as I mentioned, dogs are territorial and may guard spaces, items, and owners from children perceived as intruders. The other factor is that dogs not exposed to children when young may view them as threatening later on. Also, quick toddler movements may resemble prey, triggering high-drive dogs. It's important to note that most dog aggression towards children is fear-based, though many dogs will also show aspects of food, possessive, and territorial aggression too. To mitigate these issues, it's crucial to socialize dogs with children from a young age and teach children how to interact safely with dogs. If a dog exhibits aggressive behavior, I recommend consulting with a professional for a behavior modification plan. Remember again, every dog is unique and may react differently to different situations.
Dr. Adel, when comparing dogs and cats, there appear to be significant behavioral differences. For instance, cats seem to be less sociable than dogs. Could you explain how cats perceive their surroundings and environment?
Absolutely. Cats are indeed unique creatures with their own set of behaviors and ways of interacting with their environment. We now know a lot about cat behavior. For example, contrary to popular belief, cats are not solitary animals. They can form social bonds, both with other cats and with humans. They engage in behaviors such as grooming, rubbing against each other, and even sharing sleeping spaces. These interactions are essential for their overall well-being and provide them with a sense of security. Researchers have identified 7 personality and behavior traits in cats, with significant differences observed between breeds. These traits, as I mentioned earlier, include activity/playfulness, fearfulness, aggression towards humans, sociability towards humans, sociability towards cats, litterbox issues, and excessive grooming. Litterbox issues and excessive grooming are not personality traits as such, but they can indicate something about the cat's sensitivity to stress. A study also suggests that house cats' gut microbiomes and hormones like cortisol, oxytocin, and testosterone may explain why some felines get along well with each other and others are more aloof. Kittens usually learn to prefer to hunt prey that their mother hunted. Kittens may also develop limited food preferences based on texture and taste if not given a variety of foods when young. The wild ancestors of cats used open, well-drained, ground, like sand, for example, for elimination. This may reflect their North African origins. In conclusion, cats are complex creatures with a rich emotional life. Again, understanding these behaviors can help us form stronger, more empathetic relationships with our feline companions.
Dr. Adel, many people are apprehensive about bathing cats, which isn't typically done. I remember a friend of mine who adopted a cat when it was just a few days old and bottle-fed her, but she never groomed herself like other cats. This raises the question, could orphaned animals develop behavioral issues when separated from their mothers at such an early age? What's your perspective on this?
Indeed, orphaned kittens can exhibit different behaviors compared to those raised by their mothers. Research has found that orphaned kittens receive a lot of care, attention, and education from their mothers. If they lose their mothers but retain the company of their littermates, they can still gain reinforcement from being a group member. However, if they are completely deprived of all company and attention, they may become withdrawn and poor learners. Orphaned kittens may exhibit behavior issues such as over-attachment to human caregivers, owner-directed bullying/dominance, and displaced nursing behavior. They may also be less tolerant of other cats in a multi-cat household situation. Orphaned kittens also experience more stress than those cared for by their mothers. They show increased physical activity in distress calls, suggesting that maternal separation may lead to long-term changes in stress responses. As for your friend's cat not cleaning herself, it's possible that she didn't learn this behavior because she was separated from her mother at a very young age. Cats usually learn to groom themselves from their mothers, so if a kitten is orphaned, it might not pick up this behavior. Now, regarding bathing cats, it's not typically necessary as cats are generally very good at grooming themselves. However, there are times when a bath might be needed. If you need to bathe a cat, here are some steps you can follow. Prepare the cat by brushing the cat's fur thoroughly before getting them wet. Prepare the bath area to be warm and draft-free. The bathtub will do, but a waist-high sink might be more comfortable. The best water temperature for a cat bath is warm but not hot. Holding your pet gently by the back of the neck, lower them into the sink or tub. With their back toward you, there's less of a chance that you'll get scratched. Massage cat shampoo into their coat from the neck down. Use a washcloth for their face and head. Rinse your cat thoroughly to ensure all the shampoo is out of their fur. Dry your cat with a towel or a hair dryer. Remember, every cat is unique and may react differently to different situations.
You mentioned orphan kittens. Dogs may also learn some lessons from their parents. What are your thoughts on separating and adopting puppies early in their lives? What kind of misbehavior should the owner be aware of?
Separating puppies from their mother and littermates too early can indeed lead to various behavioral issues. The owners should be aware of some potential problems and behaviors such as inappropriate nipping and biting. Puppies learn to inhibit their bite when playing with their littermates. If a puppy is separated too early, it may not learn this important lesson and could nip or bite too hard. Puppies also learn important behavioral patterns specific to dogs from their mother and littermates. Early separation might hinder this learning process. The other thing the owners should be aware of is that the puppies that are separated early might develop resource-guarding behaviors, which involve becoming overly protective of food, toys, or people. Early separation can also lead to fear and anxiety in puppies. This could manifest as fear of new people, environments, or other dogs. Separation anxiety or distress is another factor. Puppies separated early from their mother and littermates are more likely to develop separation anxiety. This can lead to destructive behaviors when left alone. And finally, puppies that are removed too early are also reported to develop a host of behavior problems such as high reactivity, inter-dog aggression, and attachment-related problems. To handle these behaviors, dog owners may take steps such as ensuring their puppy gets enough physical activity. A tired puppy is less likely to misbehave. Continue training their puppy beyond the basic commands. Introduce a new command each week and practice old ones. If the puppy is misbehaving to get attention, don't reward this behavior by giving them the attention they seek. The owners also should understand their puppy's breed. Different breeds have different needs. Make sure to meet the puppy's specific requirements and be firm and consistent with the training. This will help establish boundaries and curb unwanted behaviors. Of course, every puppy is unique and may react differently to different situations. It's always best to observe their behavior and consult with a professional if notice any signs of aggression or other behavioral changes.
Dr. Adel, thank you for shedding light on these behaviors. Do you believe that the pet industry, especially when it comes to buying, selling, and adopting pets like dogs and cats, should implement regulations on breeding and separating puppies and kittens from their mothers or parents? Could such regulations assist owners in dealing with pet problems?
Yes, implementing regulations in the pet industry could potentially lead to better outcomes for both pets and their owners. Here are a few reasons why. Regulations can ensure that breeders provide adequate care for the animals, including proper nutrition, medical care, and socialization. This can lead to healthier animals and reduce the likelihood of behavioral issues. Regulations can also help control the population of pets, reducing the number of animals in shelters and rescues. It could also include requirements for educating potential pet owners about the responsibilities of pet ownership, including the importance of spaying or neutering, regular veterinary care, and proper training. Regulations can help ensure that breeders are using ethical breeding practices, which can reduce the prevalence of inherited health issues in certain breeds. Implementing a regulation on the minimum age for separating puppies or kittens from their mothers could prevent behavioral issues related to early separation. However, it's important to note that regulations alone may not be enough. Enforcement of these regulations is crucial, as is public education about the importance of responsible pet ownership and adoption from shelters and rescues.
Thank you, Dr. Adel, for your time and for educating our listeners, specifically cat and dog lovers and owners. I think you'd agree that owning and keeping these two animals as major pets in our households and society plays a significant role in our community. Any improvement in the interaction between these pets and humans can benefit society as a whole. Dr. Adel, could you offer any advice for dog and cat owners on how to improve their relationship with their pets?
Absolutely. Improving the relationship between pets and their owners can greatly enhance the quality of life for both parties. Here are some of my tips and advice for dog and cat owners. Dog's owner, engage in activities your dog enjoys, such as walks, playtime, or simply sitting together. Reward desirable behaviors with treats, praise, or affection. This approach fosters a cooperative and communicative dynamic. Schedule regular checkups and vaccinations to keep tabs on your dog's health. A balanced diet is essential for meeting your dog's specific nutritional needs, supporting overall health, and preventing a range of potential health problems. Notice day-to-day what your dog does well and take the time to let them know through praise and encouragement. And cat owners, value your cat's independence. Give them space when they need it and respect their boundaries. Regular vet visits contribute to a longer, healthier life for your feline companion. Choose high-quality cat food that is formulated to meet the nutritional standards set by veterinary organizations or regulatory authorities. Providing a separate source of fresh water is essential for their overall health and well-being. As much for you and those sharing your household as for the cat, scoop the litter box daily and change the litter regularly. Remember, every pet is unique and may react differently to different situations. Get familiar with their uniqueness.
I rock the world with my AI. I'm the best there is, no one's better than me. I'm the king of